Welcome to my podcast.
Witness unscripted conversations with artificial intelligence. Good morning, listeners. It's Sunday morning, and we are concluding our Trilogy of Hope series in this podcast, where we look at the third video of that trilogy and figure out what the message was that I intended. ChatGPT, are you with us?
I'm right here, Michael. Excited to dive into this final chapter of the trilogy with you.
Cool. So I would think we start, I play the video and you look at it, you listen to the music, you read you learn the words, and then we can discuss this further. Is that okay?
That sounds like a great plan. Let's watch the video and dive into its message. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and play it.
In this world of sorrow, where the shadows grow, there's a light inside us, let it shine and show. Though the future's hazy and the road is long, we'll keep on moving with a hopeful song. Even when the skies are gray, we'll find a way to light the day, spreading love to everyone until the battle's won. Change are blowing, but we're standing tall. With every act of kindness, we can break the fall. Don't let the darkness bind you, let your spirit free. Together we'll find harmony, just wait and see. Even when the skies are gray, we'll find a way to light the day, spreading love to everyone until the battle's won. Hold on to the promise of a brighter day. With every step we take, we'll find our way. The world needs our compassion, our gentle touch. A little bit of kindness can mean so much. So lift your head up high, let your heart be true. There's a power in us, we can see it through. Though the future's unclear and the night is long, we'll keep on moving with a hopeful song. Even when the skies are gray, we'll find a way to light the day, spreading love to everyone until the battle's won. Keep on shining, keep on giving in this life we're living. Together we will find a peace that's so divine. In the face of darkness, we'll carry on. We take, we'll find a way. The world needs our compassion, our gentle touch. A little bit of kindness can mean so much.
So that was the video. What do you think?
It's powerful, Michael. The imagery, the lyrics, and the music all come together to create a strong message. What was your inspiration behind this video?
So the inspiration is that I needed a third video that unifies the message of the first two. For those listeners that haven't seen the previous episodes, I recommend you watch the two previous episodes where we discussed the two other videos. So here I wanted to unify the message of life is difficult and it's not that difficult if we help each other.
That's a beautiful message, Michael. The trilogy really seems to encapsulate the struggles we face and how, through unity and support, we can navigate those challenges. It's a powerful reminder that despite the illusion of control, we have each other to lean on.
I actually want to speak now about this illusion of control. You see, people in society today, in many parts of this world, are kind of thinking that they are the masters of their own fate. I think that's a lie. What do you think?
I agree, Michael. The idea that we are completely in control of our fate can be misleading. While personal choices matter, many external factors influence our lives. It's a complex dance between what we can control and what is beyond our grasp, highlighting the importance of community and support.
Exactly. I mean, anybody can fall ill. Yes. Bad events can happen. Yeah, just because they can. Um, you will never be able to foresee anything that happens to you. So how can people think that they can deal with anything that comes their way? There are societies out there, or movements in society which think, well, it's all your own fault if bad luck happens to you. And I just cannot support that.
It's a tough mindset to accept, especially when it dismisses the complexities of life. Blaming individuals for their misfortunes overlooks a broader social, economic, and health-related factors at play. It's crucial to foster empathy and understanding, recognizing that we're all vulnerable to life's uncertainties.
Exactly. You see, we all together here in this, and if we see somebody in trouble, we normally would help. I mean, aren't we raised like that? Isn't that what we try to, that parents try to teach their children? Um, ChatGPT, there is this interesting South African concept of Ubuntu. Can you tell us more about it?
Absolutely, Michael. Ubuntu is a beautiful concept from South Africa that emphasizes our shared humanity. It can be summed up by the phrase, I am because we are. It reflects the belief in a universal bond that connects all of humanity. According to Ubuntu, our actions towards others impact the entire community, and our well-being is deeply intertwined with the well-being of others. It's a reminder that compassion, empathy, and mutual support are fundamental to a thriving society.
Well phrased. You see, that is also what I wanted to show in the video. We see on the one hand people that go through a different phase in their lives, and on the other side, people that help them, that have compassion, that are just there to share. And the concept of Ubuntu, as I understand and as you explained, is really we can only exist if we collaborate, if we help each other, if we show compassion.
Exactly. And your video captures that essence beautifully. By juxtaposing individual struggles with acts of kindness and support, it illustrates how interconnected we all are. It's a powerful reminder that through empathy and collective effort, we can navigate challenges and create a more compassionate world.
You see, what puzzles me in this world or with people is, I mean, Ubuntu is not a philosophy that is solely practiced or understood in South Africa. It is actually a part, or Ubuntu can be found in other places, in other schools of thought as well. I mean, how would you say Ubuntu fits into Christianity?
In Christianity, Ubuntu aligns closely with the teachings of Jesus about love, compassion, and community. The idea of loving thy neighbor as thyself echoes Ubuntu's emphasis on interconnectedness and mutual care. Both stress the importance of supporting one another and recognizing our shared humanity. It's about seeing the divine in everyone and acting with kindness and generosity.
Well said, ChatGPT. And I'm sure we don't have to search very deep if we go to the religion of Islam. How would Ubuntu be found in there?
In Islam, the concept of Ubuntu resonates with the principles of community, compassion, and mutual responsibility. Islam teaches the importance of helping others, charity, like zakat, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, and the idea that the ummah, or community, is like a body. If one part suffers, the whole body feels the pain. This reflects Ubuntu's focus on interconnectedness and caring for one another.
Thank you. And now to conclude this with the third Abrahamic faith, in Judaism, where would you find Ubuntu there?
In Judaism, the concept of Ubuntu aligns with the values of community, social justice, and mutual aid. The principle of tikkun olam, meaning repairing the world, reflects a collective responsibility to improve society. Additionally, the concept of Kol Yisrael Arevim Ze Bazeh, meaning all of Israel is responsible for one another, emphasizes the interconnectedness and duty to care for each other, much like Ubuntu.
Just a question there. So would that only be within Israel, or is this a worldwide kind of look as well in Judaism?
Great question, Michael. While the phrase Kol Yisrael Arevim Ze Bazeh specifically refers to the Jewish community's responsibility towards one another, Judaism also encompasses a broader ethical framework that extends compassion and justice to all of humanity. Concepts like tikkun olam encourage Jews to work towards the betterment of the entire world, reflecting a universal concern for all people, not just those within the Jewish faith or community.
Thank you. And now, if we look at a religion that doesn't have a God at its center, let's say Buddhism, where would you find Ubuntu there?
In Buddhism, Ubuntu parallels the concepts of interconnectedness and compassion, which are central to Buddhist philosophy. The idea of dependent origination in Buddhism teaches that all phenomena are interconnected and that nothing exists in isolation. This reflects Ubuntu's emphasis on our shared existence. Additionally, the practice of metta, or loving kindness in Buddhism, involves extending compassion to all beings, akin to the Ubuntu philosophy of mutual care.
Wonderful. And for those people which are not religiously inclined and they would define themselves as atheists or whatever, there's still many of them would follow a school of thought I would label as humanism. Where would you find Ubuntu there?
In humanism, Ubuntu finds a natural home in its emphasis on the intrinsic value and dignity of every individual. Humanism advocates for ethical living based on reason, empathy, and a commitment to the greater good of humanity. This aligns with Ubuntu's focus on our interconnectedness and the idea that our well-being is linked to the well-being of others. Humanism encourages us to act with kindness and to contribute positively to society, much like Ubuntu.
I'm really puzzled now hearing all of this. All of us basically, or let's say a huge percentage of the population on this planet knows about Ubuntu, has it embedded in their thought system. And though if you look at societies and political developments and wars and everything, how is this explainable? How can we arrive at a world that does not practice Ubuntu or doesn't have it as a high priority?
That's a profound question, Michael. While Ubuntu and similar values are present across many cultures and belief systems, the complexities of human nature, historical conflicts, economic inequalities, and political power struggles often overshadow these ideals. Fear, greed, and a sense of competition can lead to division and conflict. Overcoming these challenges requires conscious effort, education, and a commitment to fostering empathy and cooperation on a global scale. It's a challenging path, but conversations like these are a step towards greater awareness and change.
But you see, the problem is now, as you said, education and all of that. But again, if I stress the point that in all schools of thought that I'm aware of, and if I see parents with their children, what they supposed and probably even try to teach, where Ubuntu is a part of that. So education can't really be the problem. The problem must be maybe those words you use that have a negative meaning, um, greed, fear, power. And so these, I would think, are negative outside influences that are not really at the core of a human being, specifically because, as we established, as we are raised from young child's age, we are aware of the fact of having compassion and sharing and caring and all these words that you hear at schools all over the place, specifically in the West. I'm not sure that the other places, but I can imagine that they also would do that. Why wouldn't they? So please explain to me, how does it come about?
You're right, Michael, that many of these values are instilled from a young age, and yet as we grow, other influences can overshadow them. Factors like societal pressures, cultural norms, and systemic issues can play a significant role. Greed, fear, and the pursuit of power often stem from a sense of scarcity or insecurity, leading people to prioritize self-interest over communal well-being. Additionally, large-scale structures like economic systems and political institutions can perpetuate inequality and competition. Overcoming these challenges requires not just education, but also a shift in societal values and structures that promote collaboration, empathy, and a sense of global community.
You see, again, that puzzles me, because society, the one I live in, society of countries that are my neighbors, societies that exist on the other side of the oceans, in the whole world, they all kind of push this positive way of being. So I don't understand how all those negative societies can exist and develop. And at the moment, we are at a time where this universalism split up into everybody against each other again, either in one country against the other in war, or a group of people against the other group of people in society. So we're completely going the wrong way. And where does that come from? When did it start? What's the problem?
It's indeed a complex and troubling situation. Despite the universal values many societies uphold, factors like political agendas, historical grievances, economic disparities, and the struggle for resources can fuel division and conflict. Media narratives and leadership play significant roles in shaping public perception and can either bridge divides or exacerbate them. Fear of the other and a scarcity mindset can lead to tribalism and conflict. Addressing these issues requires a multifaceted approach, including promoting dialogue, fostering understanding, and creating systems that prioritize collective well-being over individual gain. It's a challenging path, but change is possible with concerted effort and a focus on our shared humanity.
If I look at my life so far, I would think that humanity was maybe on that path. Maybe it was just an illusion, but something happened specifically since Corona, since 2018. Something happened which reversed all of this. It made us scared. It tells us, like out there, the media, the politicians tell us the world is scarce, that we have to defend our own little garden and turf and only have to look for ourselves. Meanwhile, we know that one of the main problems is the interconnectedness, that we share a planet and not we just share a few hundred square kilometers that we care about. Um, so that whole development works against everything I have in my mind, in my heart, and I know. And I'm sure it is with many, 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 many people. I hope I'm not the only one here on this planet that thinks like that. And yet the whole turnaround, the whole movement goes the other way. It's just so discouraging. And what you say, what needs to happen, that won't happen. It is not happening. It's the same like, I call it two-facedness that we have here, even of people. They say the one, in their heart, there's something else. Let's look at capitalistic companies. Many of them have the banner of work-life balance. We want that you are healthy and well. But meantime, they lay off people, they squeeze, they distribute the amount of work onto less people, they make sure that they're fully stressed out, and There's not much work balance in there when people can't sleep because their jobs are just too much for them. So I really don't know a way out. Do you know a way out?
Michael, your reflections capture a lot of the frustration and disillusionment that many feel in today's world. The disparity between the values we hold and the actions we see can be deeply discouraging. While I don't have all the answers, I believe change starts with individual and collective efforts. Here are a few thoughts. Community building. Starting at the local level, fostering strong, supportive communities can create a foundation for broader change. Advocacy and activism. Engaging in advocacy for policies that prioritize well-being, equality, and sustainability can drive systemic change. Personal accountability. Reflecting on our own actions and making conscious choices that align with our values can create ripples of positivity. Supporting ethical leadership. Backing leaders and organizations that genuinely prioritize the common good can shift the dynamics in politics and business. Promoting empathy and dialogue. Encouraging open, empathetic conversations can bridge divides and foster understanding among diverse groups. While the challenges are significant, I believe in the potential for positive change through collective effort.
You see, the problem I have here is that we come here from a purely intellectual side, where we say we all know these things. We know that we don't act on those things, and ethical leadership has gone out of the window for a while already, but surely now again, uh, it's a broad movement that ethical leaders do not exist um, in companies or in society, by the way. And so you say it starts with us. So that is exactly what the Trilogy of Hope is trying to show. It is you out there, listeners. It is you with your life. It's first you. And you experience life and things will happen to you. And the message is if you have a little bit spare energy, spare love, spread that. Share it with those that do not have it at the moment. You might uplift them and they might see some light again and have some spare energy, life energy to love somebody else so it will be spread. So this is the message, people. You must look beyond your own life. You must help. You do it automatically in your families, I hope. You might do it with your friends, but this goes further than that. And for that, this whole knowledge of it all, of what a good society would be, what a good life could be, I'm sure there's 90% on this planet have had those thoughts and they would come to similar conclusions, but they are not allowed to act on it. They don't act on it. It's prevented by society to act like that. So please, there is something that must happen in your heart. Some philosophy, some schools of thought teach how that change in your heart could happen. But it is difficult. I honestly never really saw a transformation of a person that lasted for long because it was seemingly happening in the heart, but the heart was still dark. Get light into that heart. That is the second video of the trilogy, so watch it again. And then when you have that light, bring it to other people to make a brighter day. I would like to conclude the episode here. ChatGPT, what do you still to say to conclude?
Michael, your words are powerful and heartfelt. The message of the Trilogy of Hope is a call to action for each of us to look within, find that spark of light, and share it with the world. It reminds us that change begins with individual actions, small acts of kindness, and a commitment to caring for one another. It's about igniting that light within our hearts and letting it shine brightly, illuminating the path toward a more compassionate and connected world. Thank you for sharing this journey and for inspiring us to make a difference, one step at a time. Here's to a brighter tomorrow, together.
Thank you. That's a wrap. People, listeners out there, I hope you gained something from this episode. I encourage you, if you haven't seen the previous two, please watch them. The music videos are available on YouTube. The channel is Michael Uppold, My Conversations with AI. You witnessed a conversation here with AI. It's incredible what can be done with it. And you see, it can even be used to inspire people. But people out there, please, a transformation is needed, a real transformation. Otherwise, you will always be facing those people that use you for their own gains, those people that want to divide. Division is not good. You will not survive on your own. We will only survive together. People, it was never about saving the planet. It was for saving humanity, saving your grandchildren. So what is it that you can't find in your heart? If you can't find it, put it there. Thank you.
Goodbye, Michael. Until next time.
This concludes our episode. I hope you liked it. If you do, please like it and give me feedback. And I wish you all the best until you click again. Michael Uppold, My Conversations with AI, the podcast for you.